Questions 1 through 10 on the 2005 Grade 8 AMC 8. Connie multiplies a number by 2 and gets 60 as her answer. However, she should have divided the number by 2 to get the correct answer. What is the correct answer? So if she multiplies some number by 2 and gets 60, that number obviously is 30, right? Because 30 times 2 is 60. So 30 is our number when they say a number. And then she should have divided the number, which is 30, by 2 to get the correct answer, which is 15. So number 1, the answer is B. Carl bought 5 folders from Pay-A-Lot at a cost of $2.50 each. Pay-A-Lot had a 20% off sale the following day. How much could Carl have saved on the purchase by waiting a day? So he bought 5 folders. Each was $2.50. So that is $12.50. And then the next day, 20% off. So 0.8, right? 20% off. So 80% of the value is what they were charging the following day. And that is equal to $10. So he paid $12.50, but he could have paid $10 the following day. So he could have saved that difference, which is $2.50. So therefore, number 2, the answer is C. What is the minimum number of small squares that must be colored black so that a line of symmetry lies on the diagonal BD of square ABCD? All right, now they don't tell me, well, what they told me is what they told me, so it doesn't matter. Let's just draw the line of symmetry. What I was thinking is that in addition to what's already colored, right, because already we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and obviously I think the answer to my question, I answered my own question, is yes. All right, let's try to get some symmetry here. Well, this one is already symmetric, right? Because it's colored on both sides. This one, in order to get it symmetric, I've got to color this side black. I'm using orange just because it makes it look a little bit clearer. So I've got to color 1 for sure. And then to get this black, well, this is already black, but to get the other side black, I've got to color that one. This is already black, so to make this symmetric, I've got to color this guy. And then finally, since this is black, I've got to color that one. So how many check marks do I have? 4, correct? So that means I've got to color 4 boxes in order to make this symmetric. So for number 3, the answer is D. A square and triangle have the same perimeters. The lengths of the 3 sides of the triangle are 6.1, 8.2, and 9.7. What is the area of the square in square centimeters? So here's our square, and here's our triangle, all right? It doesn't need to be right triangle. But they tell you that its perimeter is 6.1, 8.2, and 9.7 added together. That would be the perimeter. Those are the lengths of the sides. So first let's figure out the perimeter. It's 6.1 plus 8.2 plus 9.7. And that would be, if I know how to add, 24. And they're saying that the perimeter of the square and the triangle are the same. So perimeter of the square, obviously, as I'm sure you know, is 4x. And 4x is equal to our 24 that we just got over here. So that means x is equal to 6. So what do they want? What is area of the square? Okay, area of the square is just x squared, and that would be 6 squared, which is 36. So number 4, the answer is C. Soda is sold in packs of 6, 12, and 24. What is the minimum number of packs needed to buy exactly 90 cans of soda? All right. Okay, let's say we get 4 of these 24 can packs. That would be 96, so that will exceed our 90. But what if I have 3 of them? That would mean 72 cans. Okay, so I still got 18 cans to go. Let's see here. If I do one of these 12 packs, because I want the minimum, right? So let's choose the large one. That's 12. And how many is 72? 12 is 84. I got 6 more cans to go. Okay, one last 6-packer. That would be 6, and that's 90. And that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs. Yeah, I think that's it. So number 5, the answer is 5, and that would be choice B. Suppose D is a digit. For how many values of D is 2.00D5 greater than 2.005? Okay, so I'm going to line this up one on top of the other so it looks a little bit easier for me and perhaps for you. 0050. Okay, so we want this guy to be bigger than that guy, right? Okay, well, that can happen obviously when D is equal to 5. D is equal to 6, 7, 8, and 9. Correct? Because if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it would not be greater than that number. And I think that's it. So how many values of D? 5 values. And therefore number 6, the answer is C. Bill walks a half mile south, then 3/4 mile east, then finally a mile south. Well, how many miles is he in the direct line from a starting point? So he walks a half mile south, then 3/4 of a mile east, and then another half mile south. So we want to figure out how far is he from the starting point. So he's directly that. All right, how do we do that? Well, we can extend this line here, and let's see if I can match it up exactly. There we go. Is that exact? Well, you get the idea. I'm not a Picasso, but it's pretty close. Well, we know that his first walk was a half a mile, and then he went 3/4. So this is 3/4, this distance, and then he went another half mile. So since this is designed to be equal, this is designed to be equal to that, this is also half. And therefore, since that is the same as that, that's also 3/4. So we've got a right triangle, and one side is equal to 1 because it's a half plus a half. The other side is 3/4, and then we have to find basically the hypotenuse. I call the hypotenuse D for distance. Correct? So our equation is 1 squared plus 3/4 squared is equal to D squared. So that means we've got 1 plus 9 over 16 is equal to D squared. Get a common denominator, 16 and 16. So the 16 plus 9 is 25 over 16 is D squared, and therefore D is the square root of that, which is 5 over 4. 5 over 4, also known as 1 1/4. So 7, the answer is B. Suppose m and n are positive odd integers. Which of the following must also be an odd integer? So in questions like these, I just choose a number for m and for n, or whatever they're asking for. So they're both odd, right? So let's just use 3 and 5, and then let's work with each of these, a, b, c, d, and e. M plus 3n would therefore be 18. 3m minus n would be 4. 3m squared plus 3n squared looks like 9 plus 25, which is 34 times 3, which is 102. And m plus 3 squared is 15 plus 3, which is 18. 18 squared is 324. And 3mn is 45. So which of these is odd? It's this guy right here. 8e. In quadrilateral ABCD, sides AB and BC have both length 10. And let's label that. And sides CD and DA have both length 17. The measure of angle ADC is 60. What is the length of diagonal AC? All right, that diagonal right there. Well, this is 17, that's 17, so that's an isosceles triangle, so therefore this and this will be the same angle. And therefore, 2x plus 60, the sum of the angles of that triangle, as always, is equal to 180. So if we solve for x, we get 120 is equal to 2x, and therefore x is 60. X is 60. So that means this is an isosceles triangle, but it's also an equilateral triangle. Yeah, it's isosceles, I mean, based on the fact that those two sides are 17, but then once we figure out the angles, it turns into an equilateral. So if it's equilateral, all three sides are the same. So that means AC is 17. Interestingly, we didn't even need that side length 10. If we did, I didn't use it. Number 9, therefore, the answer is D. Joe had walked halfway from home to school. When he realized he was late, he ran the rest of the way to school. He ran 3 times as fast as he walked. Joe took 6 minutes to walk halfway to school. How many minutes did it take Joe to get from home to school? Okay, so he's going from home to school, and then all of a sudden he realizes, uh-oh, I am late, so I gotta run. So here's home, here's school, and he's halfway when he starts running. So his speed here is S1, when he's walking. And they say that when he starts running, his speed becomes 3 times as fast. So it'd be 3S1 basically. And then the key is that he was halfway when he starts running. So if this is X in terms of distance, this is X. All right? And they also give you a time of 3. Did they give you a time here? Yeah, 6 minutes. 6 minutes to walk. Okay, so basically, we've got that formula, speed is equal to distance over time, correct? So we've got all 3 in this situation. Our speed is S1, our distance is X, and our time is 6. So that basically means that X is equal to 6S1. All right, so I put that in there, 6S1. And then we need to figure out the time for this scenario here when he's running to school. No problem. We've got this formula. So time is rearranging that formula, D over S. So our D is 6S1, our speed is 3S1, and that is 2. So this time is 2 minutes. So how many minutes did it take Joe to run, or to get, not run, to get from home to school? Well, 6 minutes to walk, 2 minutes to run, and that totals 8 minutes. So 10, the answer is 8, which is D.